This is the start of 3.3 day 1. We are going into logarithms. And logarithms are a commonly very confusing point for a lot of people, basically just because we don't understand what they're all about in terms of why do they even exist. Logarithms really only exist to provide us with an inverse to an exponential function. So to turn your attention here real quick, there's this exponential function, like we've been talking about exponentials already, but here's an exponential function, y equals b to the x. Now, if we flip this over, then if we flip it over this line, y equals x, then it's the inverse. Well, the inverse of this one would then look like this, and that's going to be our logarithm. But why do we even say log? Why don't we just do it something simpler? Well, here's the reason. If you look over here, your basic exponential function, like I mentioned, is y equals b to the x, where b is the base. Now, in order to get your inverse, you have to switch x and y. We've talked about that before. That is the algebraic definition of inverses. And so then you're left with something like that. Now, x equals b to the y, that's an acceptable thing to have. You can work with that, but it's not in function form. If you were to put it in function form, it has to have y isolated, and that's really the whole reason that logs exist, is just to make this in function form. For our purposes, that helps a little bit because then we can use it in our y equals on the calculator. So here's where we're looking at for the different pieces. B is the base of that exponent, so when you translate it into a log, it's the little one that goes down here. That's going to be the base. Y is the exponent, so we'll call that one, that y is the exponent there. It's just as far as how we translate this. We're just going to be looking to translate the different positions. And then the other one, I mean, because I just don't even have a really much better name for it, I just call it the result. That is not an official name for it by any means, but those are the three positions, and we're going to use those three positions to convert from logs to exponents, from exponents to logs, back and forth like that.